welcome back to my channel, and today's video is something different. It's a video about how to prepare for hurricane and any disasters. It's better to prepare in advance. The rest of this video, my fiancé will talk about what you need to prepare in your backpack for any disasters. And you probably heard that the hurricane is in Florida now, and I heard about it's moving to Georgia. And I'm surprised that my fiancé already prepared for emergency. So this preparation works for any disasters. It's better to prepare everything in advance. My parents also has been calling me about the hurricane. Let's get started this video.
It's got a couple of pockets. On the front, we've got a little pocket, and inside here we've got a tool. This tool has got a pair of pliers in it. That's good for grabbing stuff. It's also got a knife. That's good for poking stuff. And then down inside here, it's got other little tools, little screwdrivers and things. Okay?
Okay.
And so it's got a Phillips head screwdriver, and it's also got a bottle opener. And this is always good because you never know. It's got little wire clippers right there.
Okay, what's inside? Then
there's a pocket on the back. Thermal blanket.
Oh,
I'm not going to open it up.
Well, what's that?
It's a thermal blanket. It's just a piece of shiny reflective plastic, and if you wrap it around you, it reflects back your body heat to keep you warm.
Oh, I have never seen this before.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, do we have another knife? We do have another knife.
This
one, big honking knife. So this one's, you got to get out there and kill a rat, a monster, something to eat. It's got a little saw on it. So if you had to, you could probably saw through a small tree limb or something like that if you needed to cut down some tree limbs in order to build a shelter or something. And this tool right here always makes me laugh a little bit. You can put a piece of rope through here and cut the rope. The blade is actually on the inside. But actually what this blade is for, this is a skinning blade, so that if you catch yourself a big animal and you want to skin it, you hook that into it and you can...
That's scary.
We've got a Ziploc bag, and inside the plastic bag, to keep everything dry, we have toothbrushes, some toothpaste, because when you're running from a hurricane, you don't want to have stinky breath. Matches, like that. But
yes,
oftentimes matches get wet. If you can't count on your matches, you need a lighter, because a lighter will work even when it's raining. And then we've got these things, potable water tablets. You can put these things inside water and it will kill the bacteria and germs that'll give you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you put these inside your water and it cleans up the water. If you're going to fill up your water bottle or something out of a stream or something, but you wouldn't want to fill it up out of a sewage system or a gutter or something, because that'd be filled full of poop. Some vitamins. Vitamins, you gotta have your vitamins while you're running from the hurricane. A little bitty eyeglass kit with a little tiny screwdriver in it, in case you gotta fix something a little tiny like your glasses. Band-aids, a flashlight.
Yeah.
But this flashlight is a battery-operated flashlight. And the problem with battery-operated flashlights is the battery runs out. So we have a special fancy flashlight. This flashlight doesn't require batteries. It's got a magnet inside and a coil of wire. And if you shake it back and forth like this long enough, then when you push the button, it turns on.
You have to keep shaking it?
No, it's got a capacitor on the inside, and you can charge it, and it'll take a little while to shake it. You shake it for 30 seconds to a minute or so, and it'll hold a charge. But if you were to sit here and just shake it for a couple of minutes, and it would last for a little while. So this would be really good if you need a flashlight. We have a pen, a Sharpie, because sometimes you have to write on stuff like, "Help me, I'm inside this building, trapped." And zip ties are always useful. You might have to tie something up real fast, or sometimes you need to attach something to your backpack. Attach it if you needed to attach something, or if you needed to build a shelter, you could use the zip ties to help tie your parts of your shelter together. Zip ties are good. You always need to, if you're out in an emergency situation running away from a thunderstorm or zombies, you might need zombies. You need zip ties. And this is the fun thing. This right here is a storm whistle. You blow this to chase away the storm. A whistle that if you're stuck somewhere, want people to be able to know where you're at, you can blow the whistle. I guess it could also be a rape whistle too. You know, hey, somebody's trying to rape me. Blow the whistle while you run through the parking lot. But anyway, it's really loud. It's a storm whistle. And you can blow this if you're trapped in a basement or something or can't get out. You hear somebody rummaging around upstairs, you might blow the whistle. Help me, I'm trapped. Or if you're lost in the woods, it's good if you're lost in the woods. The thing about it is I've got two pockets. I've got the big pocket and the outside pocket. And so what you do is you make this stuff so that stuff you might need to get access to pretty quickly or frequently, put where it's easy to get access to, like right here on the shoulder strap, the little hand tool. Then this stuff, you know, your flashlights and things, you might want to get to those quickly, so those go here. The same thing with your matches and stuff. You might want to get to those kind of quickly or something like that, so they're in this outside pocket so you can get to your flashlights quickly. Let's see what's on the inside. One of the most important things, food. Beef jerky. Jerky. Jerky's good.
Why is jerky?
Well, it will last pretty much forever, so when you build your emergency backpack and you stick it in the trunk of your car or you stick it wherever it's at, jerky will never go bad.
How many years?
A long time. It's just dried meat. And so you eat your jerky and you walk and you run from the zombies or try to hide from King Kong or Godzilla or Mothra. And you got your jerky. They say you need hard candy.
Why?
Well, hard candy has, and everything's wrapped in Ziploc bags because to keep it dry. So the hard candy, it's high sugar content, and they also say that it kind of keeps your mouth moist if you're sucking on stuff. So lots of sugar to give you energy, plus if you're sucking on it, it keeps your mouth moist. I like to put granola bars.
It's really dry.
It is really dry, but it's going to last a long time, and you don't have to worry about cooking it. And if you look on the back, you can see that it's 29 grams of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates turn into sugar, so that's good for you if you're out doing stuff and you need energy. 180 calories per bar, so there's about 400 calories in one of these little guys. A big first aid kit. So on the outside pocket, we had a small first aid, just a couple of Band-Aids or whatever. But in here, we've got a big first aid kit. Now, I wouldn't expect that the average person is going to be doing much other than fixing some cuts. And so you've got triple antibiotic ointment, which is essentially just some Vaseline with a little bit of antibiotic stuff in it. Bug repellent, which is always good because if you get bit up by mosquitoes and stuff, that's never fun. If you happen to sprain your wrist or ankle, there's a compression bandage, iodine pouches, and other little swabs to clean off the wound. So if you cut yourself, you open this up, you can clean the wound. Sports tape, useful. You can take some of these sterile bandages, and if you've got a big cut, you can put a bandage on the outside of your arm or something and then wrap the tape around. It's really useful. Cold compress. You know, it's got a little package inside there. You break it and then it'll make that cold. Chlorine dioxide tablets, again, these help keep the water clean. If you run out of water and you have to get water from someplace and you're not sure if the water's going to make you sick, you can put some chlorine dioxide tablets in the water.
Oh, the water from the river.
From the river or something, yeah. Mainly what you would expect is with something like this, you're going to be fixing sprained ankles, sprained wrists, and small to medium-sized cuts. One of the most important things,
yes,
a bag of toilet paper. And I'm going to show you how to use the toilet paper efficiently.
2 for each use.
One slice.
Okay.
So here's how you do it. You fold it in half. You fold it in half again.
Yes.
Okay? You take the corner and you peel off the corner. Don't throw that away. This is very important. You have to keep this piece.
Right.
Okay? Then you're going to open it up. Now, what you're going to do you're going to stick your finger through the middle of the hole.
Why?
Okay. Then after you poop, you take it and you wipe your bottom with your finger. Then you're going to have poop on your finger. Then you take your other hand, the clean hand, and you put around the toilet paper and you fold it up over the poop and you like that.
Really?
And now your finger's clean. You got poop in the toilet paper and you throw away the toilet paper. And the finger's clean except for your fingernail. So that's where this little piece of paper comes in. You reach over here and you clean out from under your fingernail with the little piece of paper right there.
Really?
And that is how you use one piece of toilet paper in an emergency in order to wipe your bottom.
Really?
Try it. See if it works. Anyway, pack toilet paper in your emergency bug out bag. Okay, guys? An orange hat. Put an orange hat on your head. That way the emergency people can find you. Orange hat, nice big and bright. You need potentially you need gloves. So if it's wet and you're out, running around and you've got to like move stuff, your skin gets wet. When your skin gets wet, your skin gets soft. And when your skin gets soft, it's easy to get cut. So that's why you wear gloves. You wear gloves to help prevent getting cut. This one's a fun one. Okay, so we've been talking about water. You might want to start off with a couple of bottles of water filled up. And so those can go in the side of your backpack. So you start with water. And you don't need a traditional canteen. You just need some plastic bottles filled with water. This ought to be enough water to last you, Well, no, if you're out doing exercise and walking around and stuff, this water might last you like a day or so. And then you're going to have to find a new supply of water, which is where this guy comes in. If you get lucky, you can refill this bottle here and then put a couple of tablets in if the water's, not too bad. But we've got this thing here. And this is a water bottle that comes with a filtering system. You fill up your water bottle with water first, and it's going to be all sorts of, this is like if you just needed to stick it down in like a muddy pit in a stream or something, it's going to get mud and sand and all sorts of junk down inside there. Bug poop and fish poop and all sorts of stuff. Where do the fish poop? Fish live in water. Where are they going to poop? In the water. So you put this guy together. This is first stage filter, second stage filter. It goes together. I'm not going to put it all the way together because I don't want to ruin all the gaskets. And then it fits into the lid. And then this whole system fits down inside and twists on. You can see it's about the right size. And then every time you take a swig of your water, the water gets filtered through all of this. There's charcoal and there's a paper filter and there's other stuff. And this has iodine and charcoal and a bunch of other stuff inside of it. Water bottles at a minimum, and if you can get your hands on a filtration device, that's pretty good too. This is a passive filtering device. They also make filtering devices that have little pumps and things, but I figured this had less moving parts. We also have a radio. Can be used for trying to find other people. If it's a real bad emergency, you might need to get on the radio, and so it's got a scan mode and you can click scan. And if we get lucky here, somebody might be on one of the channels.
Who's talking?
Well, just somebody out there, but that's why you need a radio. Because if you have a radio, you can check and see if anybody else is talking. And then we can talk to them. A minute ago, somebody was on channel 20 and they were talking. What else do we have in this amazing backpack? Some rope.
We need the rope?
Well, you might need to build a shelter, so you'd have to cut it into tiny little strips and lash the trees together. You might need to bundle some stuff up and drag it away. If you're in a zombie apocalypse, you might need to tie the rope around a zombie's neck after you cut off their arms and after you cut off their jaw. That way they can't grab you and they can't bite you. And then you just walk around with the zombies, on a leash. Useful for bundling things up. It's useful for building shelters. It's useful for building a splint. If you break your leg or your arm or something, the rope might be useful for building a splint. You put two pieces of wood and then you can wrap the rope around. Plastic garbage bags. These are useful for collecting rainwater. These are useful for putting supplies and other things that you might find in. They're also useful for covering yourself if you need to make a poncho to keep the rain off. So you should also always have some garbage bags in your supply kit. And much like the toilet paper, this is very important, which is incredibly important. Ranks right up there with toilet paper, clean underwear, and socks. So if you're out and about, running away from a storm, it's raining on you, your underwear is going to get wet and your socks are going to get wet. So you might want a change of underwear and a change of socks. These are some of my personal favorites. What do you think these guys are?
Food?
Oh, they are rations. These are lifeboat rations. They are little bitty bars, and they are full of calories. There are 838 kilocalories
Per bar?
Per bar.
Whoa.
7% protein, 55% carbohydrate. There's sodium, there's saturated fat, monounsaturated fat, polyunsaturated fat. So that all of that fat in there comes from coconut oil and coconut meat.
So we can eat 2 bars per day.
No, what it says is, it says that it's approved by the Coast Guard. Here it says that this ration is approximately 15,075 kilocalories, 3,600 kilocalories, or yeah, right there, 3,600 kilocalories. So this ration contains enough calories for you to maintain a pound of body weight. And so it consists of 18 bars of compressed concentrated food. So it's essentially just a little bar of nothing but calories, protein, and polysaturated fats.
To keep you
Monosaturated, polysaturated, and other sort of saturated fats. And you're supposed to chew on it little bit by little bit every day. I've actually eaten some of these just for fun because I had a gigantic box of them and I was like, okay, I'm gonna snack on these.
How does it taste?
Not bad.
Tastes like what?
Coconuts and sugar. Sort of like a coconutty sugar cookie. So after you run from the hurricane or after you find yourself a safe compound where the zombies can't get in, you sit down and you enjoy yourself a meal ready to eat. An honest to goodness Army meal ready to eat.
Have you had this before?
Yes, and this happens to be meal number 5, chicken breast. So inside here will be 3 or 4 little packets. Here you can put your hand on them and you can kind of feel the different boxes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yep. There will be a main course, an hors d'oeuvre. There'll probably be like a brownie or some sort of dessert in there. And the last time I opened these up, there was always a little miniature can opener. There was always a little package of coffee. There was always, sometime there'd be like a little package of soda drink. It was like a little package, and if you put it into your canteen, it would fizz up. And sometimes there was like a lemon lime drink. That's pretty much what is in the kit. So let's put it all back together and weigh it and see how much you're gonna have to carry. It all packs up pretty good, but it's a pretty tight fit. There's not a lot of extra space in here. And so I've got a particular way that I always pack the stuff in there because I know that's how it's all gonna go. And again, I've got the most important things on top, the first aid kit. Because if something happens, you want to be able to grab the first aid kit out of there really fast. "19 pounds. Fairly heavy. This is a pretty substantial little bug out bag.
It can last for a month?
No. There's enough food in there that you would be okay for a day or 2. For 2 people, you can live for something like 20, 21, almost 30 days with no food.
Oh.
You can live for a couple of days with no water. Okay, after 4 or 5 days, you're pretty much done. If you don't have water, you're dead. If you don't have food, you can live for probably 20 to 30 days, depending on how much fat you got on your body.
Extremely heavy. I think when I was in middle school, my backpack was almost as heavy as this one. Wow, that's really heavy. 19 pounds. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope the disaster will stop soon. And bye bye, I'll see you next video.